Okay, I think we'll kick off. It's just a minute
Happy
past
so.
now. So
Grand.
firstly, I'd like to welcome everyone along to the session today, which is part of our Meet the Employer series. I'm Claire from the Careers and Employability team here at DKIT, and I'm really delighted today to extend a very warm welcome to Michelle and Marion from Irish Life here in Dundalk. They're here really to give an overview of the opportunities that they have, and they have plans to grow their team significantly over the coming months. The session will be recorded just to enable any students who've been unable to join today to access it then at a later point in time. So I'll hand over to Marion now, and there'll be an opportunity for questions and answers at the end of the session, or please pop them into the chat. All right, thanks ladies.
Thanks very much, Claire. So I suppose I'll kick off. My name is Marion Woods, and as Claire said, I'm here today along with my colleague Michelle Leggett. We are delighted to get the opportunity to get in front of the students today because, as Claire has indicated in the opening there, we are, I suppose, looking to grow our setup here in Dundalk significantly over the next 12 to 18 months. So we are a large employer in the area already. And as I say, that our commitment is definitely well established with our new building here in Dundalk that I don't know if many of you are familiar with, but we're not too far away from the college. So I suppose we're going to take the opportunity today to tell you a wee bit more about Irish Life and who we are and what we do. And I suppose then to talk about the opportunities that we currently have available and how you would apply if you were interested. And I suppose what's in it for you if you were to come and join our team. So kick on, as I say, I'm just going to cover the background, the centre, I suppose values that are important to us, the recruitment process, sport and development that we have in place for our candidates, the career paths, employee benefits. And I suppose at the end, we would just ask if you have any questions, please don't be afraid to ask. So who's Irish Life? I suppose we actually are the biggest health and financial wellbeing company in Ireland at the moment. So at a high level, we've 80 billion worth of euro in assets. We have 1.4 million customers, and we actually have a workforce of 2,500 employees, which I don't know if very many people would be aware of that. But we've three main, I suppose, businesses that sit under the Irish Life umbrella, which is the retail business, which is the part of the business that myself and Michelle belong to. We also have corporate business and the health business, which are still situated in Dublin, primarily in our Abbey Street campus. So as I say, we're here today representing the retail business, and I suppose our main products underneath Irish Life Retail are protection, pensions and investment products for the Irish Life market. So if you in future years take out a mortgage and you need to get a protection plan for that mortgage, or you want to look for some life cover for yourself and your family in years to come, no doubt you will have an Irish Life plan recommended to you at some stage during that sales process. Obviously, if you go on and leave college and you want to get a job, hopefully that job will provide a good pension scheme for you. So again, Irish Life is one of the largest pension providers in the country. And then maybe in time, when you have a bit of money and set aside and you're looking to invest some of that, hopefully you would consider Irish Life somewhere down the line as an investment option for that income. So the Irish Life Dundalk Customer Service Centre, I suppose who we are, we've been set up, I suppose, initially since 2001 in Dundalk. So myself and Michelle were part of the initial 24 that were hired to grow the business in Dundalk. We started our training down in Foss, down in October in 2001. And then in February 2002, we moved to our original premises, which was just situated behind Boyle Sports office, which is over there, I'd say, on the far side of the Crown Plaza. I suppose over the years we continued to grow, and in 2016, when we had about 140 staff, it was very apparent that we'd outgrown the building that we were in. We were struggling for car park spaces, never mind offices and desks and things like that. So a decision was made by the company to invest in a new premises. We did have the option, I suppose, of looking for ulterior premises from the IDA or whatever, but I suppose it was a big indication by the company and our parent company, Canada Life, that they were happy with us and the way things were going. So we've actually built that building that you see in front of you. It opened in 2019, and I suppose the pandemic hit, as you know, in 2020. So we had to vacate it. We weren't too long in it before we had to get out, but we're back in it happily since last year. and we are now looking to grow our workforce to occupy that building. So right now we only occupy the ground floor and the middle floor, and the top floor that's there is kitted out. All the equipment's in it. We just need now some people to go in and work in it. And we have, I suppose, plans for the work that we're going to move from our offices in Dublin into this building. So that's a wee bit about where we are at the moment. I suppose in return to growing our workforce, I suppose we aim to provide a unique workplace for everyone. And our vision is to support anyone who comes to work with us in terms of their career goals and really focus on a happy work-life balance for all of our people. Okay, I suppose a wee bit about our company in general and our values. I suppose putting the customer first is, I suppose, our main mantra. It's everything we do. It's everything that we're about. We're taking people's money, we're investing it for their future. So it's right and proper that they are at the heart of everything that we do. We must ensure that we act with integrity and we build, that trust and that partnership with our customers. We love and everything is about employee engagement. It's not a place where you just come do your work and leave. We really do encourage an open and honest environment where people bring, I suppose, their feedback to the working environment and suggest change, in terms of processes and procedures, and get involved in implementing that change and continuously driving development in the way that we operate to make things, I suppose, ultimately better for our customers and better for our employees. We do a lot of support in the community as well, and we'll touch on that later on in the presentation. And we're also very committed to sustainability. Okay, so we could very much match a lot of the new insurance companies that come onto the market, and it's all about cutting prices. But Irish Life, I suppose, prides itself on, maybe not going as low in price, but making sure that our price is pitched at our products are pitched at the right price that secures a long-term investment for both our customers and our employees. So I'm going to hand you over to Michelle now at this moment in time to talk a wee bit about, opportunities that we have to join our team here.
Okay, brilliant. Thanks for that, Marion. Hi, everybody. As Marion said, my name is Michelle Leggett, and like Marion, started with Irish Life back in 2001. So I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about the roles we have available at the moment and the requirements around those roles. So at the moment, we are hiring for customer service representatives to work in our customer care team, which is the largest of our teams in our contact centre, in our offices in Dundalk. We have quite a large team, 200 people employed at the moment, and I suppose customer care makes up, we probably have about 70 to 80 staff working in customer care at the minute. So we have a number of different teams across the centre, but at the minute that's what we're recruiting for. So I suppose the requirements for the roles at the minute is we do expect applicants to have a minimum Leaving Cert requirements. So it's a H5 in a minimum of 2 subjects, or a H and an O6 in higher English and maths, or if you've moved on, obviously like yourselves, to 3rd level education, a level 7 or a level 8 degree achieved in a business topic. And if you have either of those, the minimum Leaving Cert requirement doesn't apply. Okay, and or failing either of those 2 requirements, if it's been 3 years or more since completing your Leaving Cert, the minimum educational standards do not apply. Instead, we really take into consideration any experience, any work experience people have around customer service. We look at that instead. Okay, so who are we looking for? Obviously, the attributes to grow in our team, and I suppose to grow in any team in business, is people with strong communication skills and the ability really to develop and build relationships with customers and develop a good rapport. Good listening skills is very important in our business. We're dealing with customers' money. So I suppose it's really important that customers feel listened to when they call us in with a problem, with an issue, or looking for a piece of information. Strong attention to detail, again, really, really important. Computer literate with a particular proficiency in Word and Excel, and I suppose really the Microsoft Office suite overall. The reason we ask for this is that our induction training is
quite detailed and quite long at 7 weeks in duration. So we do expect that our applicants come in with a certain level of proficiency in that, because I suppose the induction training focuses on kind of training staff in our products and the services that we offer. So we expect that staff come in at a certain level. People who work well as part of a team, teamwork and collaboration is hugely important in our business. Reliability as well is also very important. So both timekeeping and attendance. People with good problem solving and decision making skills as well, who can cope with a very fast paced working environment. And then those who are open to feedback and really with a desire to continuously improving and developing their own skills. And then those who can work to deadlines and targets. We do want people in who are interested in building a career. It's not just a job, I suppose, for us. It's people coming in, applicants coming in who want to start their working life and develop from there, as we have plenty of opportunities available to offer to staff. Okay, Marion, if you can move on.
Sorry.
So the application process itself, so we advertise all of our job opportunities on our company career site. So that's careers or lifecareers.com. Applications can be made by uploading a CV and a cover letter, and potential candidates will be offered interview, which could be completed either virtually or in person at our offices across the way. So the process itself consists of a screening interview initially, and if successful, a second more competency-based interview, including a role play. That would be the next step. Okay, we will update, we aim to update, I suppose, candidates as quickly as we can, so to try and not drag out the process. So we try and keep it as quick as possible and fast-paced. So really what we're looking for, what interview success looks like. So we expect applications to come through with a good CV. I suppose a fair amount of research on the company, who we are, what we do. You'll actually be surprised at how many people come in to interview not really knowing much about Irish Life at all, and maybe not knowing that we are a financial services company. So I suppose having a look at the website online and doing your homework first it is always a good place to start. Presenting yourself really well at interview, I suppose, and really demonstrating strong engagement. And having some examples to discuss during the interview and being specific, I suppose. Again, we do, when we're inviting candidates in for interview, we do give them a brief outline of what they can expect during the interview process. So I suppose reading through that email invitation that you get, and bearing in mind the pointers that we're kind of highlighting in that interview. And really somebody who demonstrates interest in the roles themselves and knows a little bit about the customer service role. So I mentioned briefly there, folks, just about our training and support, the training, that we provide, and continued support and development. So our induction training is 7 weeks in duration, as I mentioned, and then post-induction, you are really classified as being in a trainee probably for the first 6 to 9 months of your time in Irish Life. So I suppose the support that we offer to staff doesn't just finish when the induction course is finished. It continues on, and we have a lot of support available for staff working in the role. So we have coaches and helpers and continued support as we move through. Do you want to move on there, Marion? We do have plenty of potential for career progression. We're growing the business, so that opens up a whole world of opportunity for our staff. So when applicants come in, when they're successful and they come in at entry level, so it's customer service representative, and I suppose there is scope there for staff to work their way up to senior customer service representative, exec, consultant, specialist, and then moving further into management. But I suppose like any large business, we do have the larger teams that support the business. So we have marketing, we have HR, we have IT, and so on. So even if what we tell people is that they come in, they learn the bread and butter, they learn about the products that we offer, they learn about our customers, and then I suppose after maybe 12 or 18 months, it's up to them really what direction they feel they want to take. And it could be remaining within our customer care centre, or they could be ambitious and want to kind of go take a different route in the business as well. So there's plenty of opportunity there. And we have had staff from Dundalk over the years who have progressed to other areas of the business as well. So employee benefits, Marion, are you going to take the employee benefits?
I suppose then just as Michelle has called out there, we definitely have lots of opportunities coming up. And I think that the number that we have been given to look for this year is 60 staff members. So you're going to see a lot of advertising, a lot of promotion of our vacancies across social media, hopefully. We plan to do, we're actually in the middle of our latest recruitment phase. So we're trying to get a group of people together to start at the end of March. We'll be looking again for people in April, May and June, and then we'll revisit our plans and we'll continue not that on into the autumn. So as I say, you'll get very probably familiar with seeing our ads popping up and being shared by our staff across social media sites. But I suppose if you're sitting there thinking today, you know, well, I don't know if that's the job for me. It's just customer service, and I don't know if that's what I want. You know, also things to consider about working for Irish Life, you know, aside from the security that it will offer, and it really is a job for life. And as I say, myself and Michelle can testament that I suppose between us, we've 40 odd years of service here. What makes you stay in a company that long? You know, it's not just about the work you do, because believe me, I've been in other places and at times work is work, but there is more to why you would stay with the company. And I suppose Irish Life can definitely offer you a lot in terms, you know, of your work-life balance. So we do have a base salary plus a quarterly bonus scheme that sits on top of that. So what does that mean? So you'll have your salary when you come in, and then in the customer service centre in Dundalk, staff that come in work towards quarterly targets. So there is the potential there to earn an extra 1,350 every quarter towards your targets. Okay, so that's, you know, that's another 5,000 or so more on top of your base salary over the course of the year. That's potential there. So 1,350 is the top bonus. Obviously, you could be sitting there and very cynical saying, yeah, but you'd never pay that out. The average staff member does earn between, say, 800 to 1,200 every quarter on their bonuses. So our targets are fairly reasonable and people can achieve them. So they're definitely not unattainable. We do not only ask people to do the QFA exams, and we fund those, and each exam is worth €325 in its own right. We pay the cost of that, but then we start financially rewarding people once they pass the milestones. So there's 8 QFA exams that we support if people want to do them. We ask people to do 4 initially, but we do support another 4. And when you reach, there's 3 different milestones there, but as you reach each milestone, we'll financially reward you with bonuses and salary increments as you pass through those phases. And obviously, if you do have the exams under your belt, it strengthens your application if you want to progress within the company and move off into different areas that Michelle's touched on already. Our working hours are 36.25. For anyone that works in retail or hospitality, like our hours are very sociable. We work 8 to 8 Monday to Thursday, 8 to 6 p.m. on a Friday, and we only open Saturdays 9 to 1 with a skeleton crew. So most staff members would work 4 Saturdays over the course of a year. And when you work 4 hours on a Saturday, you bank those and you can take that as extra time off, you know, at a time that suits you. We have, I suppose, a very established defined career path and lots of learning and development supports along the way. 22 annual leave days along with service accrual days, and you can actually purchase more annual leave through your salary sacrifice each year that you can pay to take an additional number of annual leave days if you've got something big the year ahead and you think that you need to take more. What else do we have? We have an on-site gym. We have free online classes. We have which there's HIIT as mentioned there in Pilates. In the Dundalk office, we have a very active yoga community, and they do go down and do yoga every Tuesday evening. It's a big success. There's also kettlebells and Zumba and Meta Power courses that you can attend remotely as well. They have a bigger campus in Dublin. A lot of those classes that are online go through the gym in Dublin. But as I say, our own gym is on site. It's fairly decent. It's nice and new, and we do, as I say, have the local yoga classes going. Free parking is definitely something to factor in, folks. I know sometimes people look at that and go, my God, but if you were commuting and working in Dublin, you'd certainly know the price of the commute to Dublin. So to have a free car park, and we also have a subsidised canteen. It's run locally by a local caterer, Martin Malloy, who does great variety of food for us in the canteen every week. And as I say, Irish Life as a company subsidise the cost of that. So it's very, very reasonable for anyone who wants to eat and dine in there during the day. We have a Refer a Friend scheme, which we're rebranding Tell a Mate. So if you are an employee and you happen to spread the word that we're looking for some from staff and they mention you on their application, we financially reward that if they are hired and start working with us. We support the Bike for Work scheme. We have a travel pass scheme. People have commuting from Dublin. We are flexible in our working arrangements, and we've many staff here on as we call them alternative working patterns, be that 4-day a week, shorter days, things like that. And the Retail Recognition Awards are mentioned here. We have a black tie event happening tomorrow night in the Convention Centre in Dublin, where the staff from Irish Life, all campuses, are being, I suppose, ferried down to the Convention Centre for a black tie evening tomorrow night with a free meal and a free bar for the night. So I have to say, Irish Life are very good to their staff when it comes to social events and putting on the Ritz, you know. And we have a very active local social community here in the Dundalk office. I don't know if many of you buy the paper, but recently we had a Father Ted quiz night in our staff canteen about 4 weeks ago. Great success, and as I say, very, very keen to promote a good social environment with the staff here. Absolutely. What else have we got? I suppose probably not too many of you right now are thinking about pensions and, you know, baby care days and things like that. But at some point in your future, those things may become important for you. So we have paid maternity full 26 weeks for anyone going off on maternity leave. What does that mean? That means when you finish up on your maternity leave, we pay you your full salary for the 26 weeks that you're off on maternity leave. And then you can avail of additional leave as well on top of that. So that's a big, big perk that a lot of other companies don't provide. We provide sabbaticals for people here with a certain length of service. We also have paid sick leave policy. We have paternity leave as well for the dads as well. So there's, as I'm saying, we've just taken at a high level glance here some of the many benefits that we have for staff. We also have life event days and different things like that as well. So as I say, lots of benefits and perks for coming in and working for Irish Life. Not just, you know, it's not just a job. We offer so much more than that.
Maureen, you're just on mute there, Maureen.
Sorry.
You're okay.
Sorry, apologies for that. I suppose just finally, what else matters in Irish Life? We do support health and wellbeing. We have a variety of health and wellbeing initiatives that we run across the business. And we've recently established some employee champions who are focused entirely on health and wellbeing. So that's going to be a programme that really grows legs and develops this year ahead. Very proud of our diversity, equality and inclusion programmes. We have a number of those that they're just called out here on the screen, that people can become part of certain communities and get involved in, I suppose, ensuring that, you know, we walk the walk and talk the talk, and you know, diversity, equality and inclusion is implemented across all teams in Irish Life. And a big thing that I suppose that comes out in our employee survey at the end of the year is the staff charities group and our pride in ourselves at the support that we provide every year to charities across Ireland. So since 1995, we've raised as a staff group 4 million for charities in Ireland. This year, we're supporting the Gavin Glynn Foundation, which is a charity it's a local charity that supports families and children for young age that are fighting cancer. And we also are supporting Child Vision. So we raise, and any money that's raised during the year is matched by the company. And at the end of the year, we divide that pot that's raised and give the donations to each charity. So as I say, a huge amount of money donated there every year to charities, which is a great thing. So I suppose that's the end of our pitch. Hopefully we have given you a wee bit of an insight as to what it is like to work in Irish Life, and I suppose the jobs that we currently have an offer. And we suppose we welcome any questions any of you have about us, if you want to pop them in there.
Thank you, Marion and Michelle. Yeah, I'll just open it up to any questions that people have. And I suppose when I do circulate this to the student cohort, if there's any questions, are you happy that I send them your way then?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I would just say myself and Michelle are the main leads of recruitment here in Dundalk locally. So we do most of the interviews and screen all the CVs, etc. So if anyone does have any questions around the interview process or indeed the job itself, Claire, you have our details. You definitely can pass them on. Probably a lot to take in there, but I'd say the big thing we'd like to get across today is that we are a local business, very strong in the community, a large employer who are providing, I suppose, lots of career opportunities for people coming in. We have a very strong link with the DKIT. A lot of applicants come in having completed degrees in the DKIT, particularly around the business and management field. And you know, they're really doing exceptionally well in their own careers right now with us. And as Michelle's touched on earlier, lots of opportunity to move off after you learn, I suppose, the initial role, to grow and develop careers into many different roles and avenues within the business.
Great. We have a question there just in the chat about if you're hiring any part-time positions, or is it just full-time positions you're focused on?
Full-time probably at the moment. We have taken on staff over the years for during the summer period, more for seasonal work, and we have taken on some part-time staff recently enough. But for the moment, we are focusing on our full-time applications. That may change as we get closer to the summertime, but we will advertise those jobs on our careers website anyway. So I would say for anybody who is interested in a part-time opportunity, just keep your eyes on the Life Careers webpage. And it will come up there.
And what we could do is actually link that to our careers portal, which is what we'll do now, just to make sure that the opportunities are up there as our students can have access to that on an ongoing basis. So it's good to flag the positions there. And I think you've really given a nice overview and insight into what life is like at Irish Life, and I suppose the overview of the recruitment process and what's expected is really helpful. And I think will be of a lot of value to students who might be apprehensive when they go to apply for a professional role after college or throughout the summer. And for the summer positions, would you be open to applicants from all years of study?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I suppose we have taken on summer students, as Michelle said, last year. So it's actually just on the agenda right now. The business is looking to see if there is a need for summer students. So as you said, as soon as we get any go ahead to do that, we'd be straight on to the DKIT to post those jobs ad up. And they'd also go up on our own website as well. I think I seen another question coming in there about what roles. So all the roles that we're advertising in Dundalk are entry-level customer service positions. So it is coming in and dealing with inbound customer queries. Be that phone, like we are heavily phone based, and there's no getting away from that. That is the main way that customers contact us, is they ring us. Customers do web chat. We have a good online service and offering for our customers, so people can go on there in the evening time or during the day, in fact. But web chat's quite popular in the evening, where people are sitting at home probably looking at some of their plans, whatever, and they can web chat us. So that's definitely a line of business that's growing. And that's something that we're invested in as we see that grow, and probably phones will decline as the years move on, and it will be more remote interactions with our customers.
Great, thank you. So if there's no other questions, I think we might wrap it up. But just thank you both so much again for your time today. I suppose the news that to increase headcount quite significantly it's such positive news for Dundalk and the wider region, in fact. I see there's another question. I think someone has their hands up there.
All right.
Someone wants to jump in with a question?
Hi, yeah, I was wondering that what are the skills that you guys are looking for when you guys are like hiring in an employee? Like, what are the skills that one should particularly have, like, at any cost?
Okay, so Michelle, do you want to touch on that?
Yeah, I think good communication skills is extremely important. I think in a customer service role, the ability to kind of build a rapport with customers and have meaningful conversations. Good listening skills as well is hugely important. Every customer wants to feel listened to, and they want to be sure that we're doing everything within our power to help them and assist them. And I just think attention to detail, again, we're dealing with customers' money, can be a very sensitive subject at times. So good attention to detail, and just really a willingness to get involved, really, I think is what we're looking for. I
And
hope that answers your question, Gupta.
yeah, it does. And
Yeah,
like one more following question, like, is it very important for us to have like a past experience of customer service, or is it like important for us to just have experience? Because I've done like a marketing internship last year, and I've also have like a good people skill, like my communication skills are good because of that internship and all that. So is it okay, or do I need a past experience in customer service?
It's beneficial.
it's
Yeah,
beneficial, but we do recognize that some, people have to start
Mhm.
somewhere.
yeah.
So I
Yes.
suppose like we consider all applications that we see, as I say, you don't, if you can come in and do an interview and draw on experience even in your college settings or in sport, and people always think they have to have examples from a work environment, but maybe you're someone who's heavily involved in a team in a sport and things like that, you can draw on your experiences from those particular settings to help you get through the interview. I'd say ultimately you have to go on to be a people person. You have to like dealing with people, chatting to people, because you have to have that interaction and that natural flow and that conversation. Be willing to converse with people on the phone. And if that's you and you like dealing with and talking to people all day, you'll definitely you'll do well.
Yeah.
I guess that's me because I talk a lot.
That's a good thing most of the time, Gupta.
And listening to you, I'm sure, is
Yeah,
key. Good
absolutely.
listening
Yeah,
skills.
absolutely.
Yeah. Great.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, look,
cheers.
thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thanks
That was
for the
really
question.
lovely overview, and I'm sure you'll have many applicants, hopefully, from DKIT.
Absolutely. And
Um,
I'd say just one last thing, even if you're in college now and it doesn't suit you to apply now, we will be recruiting continuously this year. So just do keep an eye on our website. Yeah.
Great. All right. Thank you
Thanks
both.
very much, folks.
Thanks.
Thank you.
you.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye now.